Let us talk about the life cycle of an instance. So we have this diagram here on the right-hand side, which is representing most of the actions and states of the instance life cycle. I think it actually has almost all of the states, but not necessarily all the actions. But let's talk about actions that we can perform, which would move something into a particular state. So we have launch. So this creates and starts an EC2 instance based on an AMI. We have stop. This will turn off, but not delete the current EC2 instance. We have start, which will turn back on a previously stopped EC2 instance. We have terminate, so delete the EC2 instance. Reboot performs a soft reboot at the OS level. We have retire. This notifies when an instance is scheduled for retirement due to hardware failure or end of life, and it must be replaced or migrated. I don't know where this would be set. Maybe this is more for dedicated servers or something else. I've never seen an EC2 instance, but it does exist. We have recover, so automatically recovers a failed instance on new hardware if enabled, keeping the instance ID and other configurations. I don't think I've ever observed that. That automatically happens. I think that has to do with the status checks. So, when a status check fails, it's saying there's something wrong with the hardware. It's going to try to recover it. Now we have the states, which are, what state the instance can be in. So we have pending. This is the instance is preparing to enter the running state. An instance enters the pending state when it is launched or when it is started after being in the stop state. We have running. The instance is running and ready for use. We have stopping. The instance is prepared to be stopped. I meant to bold it. I just didn't. We have it being stopped. As you can imagine what that means. Stopped does not mean it is terminated. It just means that you want to use it for later on. We have shutting down. This is when you have an instance that is being terminated, so it's going to be deleted. Then it's terminated. This is where it's completely deleted. Sometimes you see this for a while afterwards, and eventually it vanishes. But the idea is that you can't recover a terminated instance. You can just see that you had one previously. Will the exam ask you any of this? No. Should you know this? Absolutely. So that's why we covered it here. There is a little bit other stuff that I want to cover with instance life cycles. I forgot to animate the slides, so I'll just get my pen out here. But there are things that you can configure which can affect the state. And all of this has drop downs, like easy drop downs, but I wanted to pull up the CLI commands because they almost all touch the modify instance attribute. So the first is change termination protection. So you can prevent the instance from being terminated. You can prevent the instance from being stopped. You can change what would happen if it ever shut down. So should it actually stop or terminate? Which is a bit confusing because the word shutdown, at least associated in AWS, always almost indicates terminate. But the idea is that if it's turning off for any reason, you can tell it where to default. And then you have that auto recovery behavior, which we talked about, which is enabled by default, but you can turn it off for whatever reason if you don't want it to recover. But there you go.